Welcome to Common Hood. This your boy Simon P. I got the beautiful Miss Erinisha Hamilton with us today, all the way from New Orleans. Give us a new bit of New Orleans flavor.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. But she is the CEO of Slick, which is a lifestyle fashion. But she is an activist on the move. Pay attention. Pay attention. I love the way they move. And it's been about a year since I've known her, became with her acquaintance. And one part of her business is she's empowers entrepreneurs, but most importantly, she empowers her community. And I'm seeing the empowerment. And I'm gonna give a quote that I saw on something that belongs to her. She says, "Everyone has something extraordinary to contribute to this world." And we in summer goddamn 2025 here. And Erinisha came up with some summer fun for children. So we're speaking to all children and family members that want to be together and have a wonderful experience. This was not here when I was coming up. So that's what attracted me. Unfortunately, I don't have no little one, so sorry Daddy didn't teach you what they teaching now. But we're gonna share what she's doing in the summer. And let me just give you the dates, and it'll be in red. This is starting June 15th. And going to run to August 31st. If you miss June 15th, it's okay. You still invited, can get in, and she's encouraging all communities to get involved for those who desire to. So here's some exciting things that's going to be happening on a Sunday. Let me give you that schedule. We said it's going to be from June 15th to August 31st through Slick Garden, headed by yourself and Otis Garrison, correct?
Yes.
The master farmer, Otis Garrison. How that's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be dope. And let's listen to some of the dope things. I'm just gonna ask her a question. Let this beautiful young lady explain each event and give you the relevance of importance of it and what they're trying to give to you and your child. Starting on June 15th from 5 to 7, we have the Father's Day Cookout.
Yes.
I was like, I ain't gonna lie, somebody cooking out for fathers? That's the first I ever heard, to be honest with you.
All right. And look, the thing too, even for you, it's not too late. We call this summer something for a reason.
Something.
It's a little some of this, a little some of that, okay? But it's catered to all generations, multi-generational program, right? Most summer programs, especially for parents in our community, they really look for programs that are Monday through Friday, right? We look for childcare over the summer, something to replace school.
School time.
So we get that, and that's our people, and we want to be able to cater to them, but we also got to acknowledge the capacity in which our team is. We a small team, feel like we're doing big, mighty things, and we are.
You are.
We are.
This is big, mighty thing.
But we want to make sure the weekends are a space where we can bring families together. So the dates of the program are really intentional. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? Fridays, we're focusing on getting out into the community, doing farm exchanges, learning how to grow in different urban agricultural places. Whether you're growing on your sidewalk, your backyard, or in a rural area, Friday will be our day to explore those different things. And then Saturday, we're in Porter's Quarters. If you don't know about the historical community of Porter's Quarters, then we're here to educate you with Master Farmer Otis. You do a great job of just acknowledging where we're at. When people come there every Saturday on the farm, 9 to 11 is our normal volunteer schedule, and it's the same thing over the summer.
I got me some collard greens over the Otis not too long ago, just to let you know.
And they good. It's definitely different growing than buying your food, okay? It's a whole nother experience. So that's our Saturdays. And then Sundays, that's what the schedule is. That's lined up. That's the highlighted events for people and what we're going to do on a Sunday. And I think we don't celebrate our fathers enough. So it was really important for us to kick this summer experience off on Father's Day, not only to celebrate the fathers, but the fathers that may not be physically with their kids for whatever situation.
Still celebrating.
Exactly, still celebrating them. Those are still fathers, and they still have stories to tell of why their scenario is what it is. But then you have kids in the community that need them. They may not have their physical kid with them, but they're still youth all the way up to 28, 30, 40, okay, that need some male father influence in their life. So we wanted to kick it off with celebrating the fathers. And right now, because of the capacity of our team, it's all hands in, so both men and women cook out and cook. Potluck vibe is our thing in community, so we always aim for that. But we do want to get into a space where it's the women on the grill and we showing out for the men, okay? They can just pull up for a meal, celebrate fathers.
I hope this will catch through all over in every neighborhood. This is the first I ever celebrating fathers. See, now they're going to amp up the Mother's Day even worse.
Look, well, we need a moment. Okay, give us our moment too.
Yeah. And so that's June 15th of 2025. Yes. June 22nd. Learn to grow your food today.
Okay, it's urgent. Like, if you disagree with that comment, I'm sorry. I don't know what world you living on. Like, we should be growing our own food. And it's such an ancient cultural, and this is a quote that I learned from Otis, is there is no culture without agriculture. Okay, so if you're really wanting to get to the root of everything, we got to connect back with Mother Earth, and we got to learn and experience the difference between growing our food and intaking it versus buying it from who knows where it came through preservatives just to make it over here.
It is a little scary when you see all the trucks, somebody they bringing food, and they load it back behind Publix and Walmart, and you be like, what? But we go right in there.
Yeah.
Let me get that lettuce, let me get that cucumber.
Yes, it's not it.
I know I ain't never seen the bananas get this damn big.
Yeah, they're huge. And it wasn't
they got bell peppers the size of my head now.
Yeah, I had to travel to places to really experience, Mexico, Puerto Rico, to really experience how fruit's supposed to look.
Right.
And it's not as huge and colorful.
As America, yes, you're absolutely right, but we ain't gonna go there right now.
Not today.
The importance of learning to grow your food, and like you say, you guys are targeting the urban areas, taking whatever soil they got and trying to magnify something.
Yeah.
It's gonna teach you how to get a crop somewhere.
Right. How to start with the soil.
I heard. I like Otis story. He was in Atlanta, I believe, and started. That's Brick City up there. Yeah. But he found his way to a garden.
Right.
Or High Springs, boy. Anyway.
And he started there. He started being from High Springs, right? He started in agriculture. He left, like most of our people push us to do, but it's not without the intention on coming back. I love his story, and he'll tell his, but him coming back home. He had to leave and go to Atlanta to find agriculture, not find, but really discover himself in agriculture, and then come back home to now give us these valuable workshops that we'll be getting during the summer.
But it's valuable. We'll be getting it's just the fact that children, you got to start in this for those that become active. Like, how many culinary arts, man, come out of this when you have a school like Eastside that say, hey, I got my hands in the dirt with Otis.
Yeah.
I got stuff in the ready to throw in the pot today. That this is organic. That's why we charging today, because there's some real labor behind this.
Exactly. Shout out to Eastside High School. Oh my God, they always show us so much love. The students that show us love, like.
Shout out to the principal over there, Mr. Leroy Williams. Mr. Leroy Williams. I call him Big Will. He know why. Big Will. A long time ago, me and him started our teaching together.
Okay.
He stuck with it. I got out of it.
Yeah.
And he's the principal. I think he was our French principal of the year a year or two ago. But anyway, shout out to Eastside High School and all the Battering Rams. Do your things.
Yes.
June 29th, Farm to the Kitchen.
Farm to Kitchen. So this is one of those things of like starting with the end before you start the journey, right? Because a lot of times, like, we don't even really think about how our foods that we grow taste. And sometimes if we just try to start growing before experiencing that taste, the hurdles and the conflicts and the challenges, whether it's the environment, the animals, or the weather, if all of that keep pushing you back and you don't really get to feel the fruits of your labor before you get started on that journey, sometimes you're more likely to quit. But if we can give you a sample and a taste of them greens, them collards, them mustards, them beets, them, carrots.
Y'all got everything over there.
Right. The berries. Okay.
Peppers. Yeah, y'all got everything over there.
The peaches just was in season. So if we can give you a taste of that before starting this long, hot summer together, then hopefully you can really see this is why you want to keep on with this journey.
So a child going to have an opportunity to come to the camp, plant, harvest, and pull something from the ground and mix it up in the kitchen.
Exactly. You're going to learn all the layers.
All the layers.
In 3 months of how you can begin to grow your own food.
That's a process. I haven't camped since the military. And when I got out of the woods, I was like, ain't got to worry about me no more.
Say it's not for you.
But now I see the importance, and I have had moments of saying, you know, when I was in the military, I should have just enjoyed the experience and just got into the infantry or something like that to really, because them the boys that go out in the woods all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
But camping 101, what can we expect that the children will receive?
And that's a whole different experience. Like
It
you
is.
in the military, and we got people in our team that's, you know, in the military. Shout out Adrian. He's doing great work at Grace Groves, which is a whole another houseless environment out there by the airport. So they're dealing with substance abuse, and he has a whole garden.
Grace.
Yeah.
You said Grace Groves. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So the garden part in there is the Groves, but definitely people like that are militant and have been in the military and forces. I get the mental capacity and having to live in those environments, but also what it taught, you know, is survival. Like we're in a state of the world right now, we got to really look at our survival and how we're going to survive outside of growing our own food. If the power was to go out, if anything was to happen, how do we now sustain?
I wonder about that electric grid.
Mm-hmm.
All this. One thing about developed countries, we use a lot of electricity.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what if all this stuff just
shut up?
Bloop.
Right.
What you gonna do?
Yeah. And I mean, we can't. This is the time right now. Like all these things that's plantations blowing up. You know, it's different things that's happening in the world where it's showing us we got to get back to the basics. Camping 101 is getting us back to the basics as far as how to set up a tent, right? You ain't got to camp there that night, but how do you set up a tent, and how and what would you have with you in your checklist of things to be prepared to camp if you need be.
I know I'm going to try my best to get to that one July 6th.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, because I haven't did that. And it's funny, as you see the world changing.
Yeah.
You do say to yourself, like, I need to probably learn how to get a little more skill besides just what I'm going to say the day, what kind of work I'm going to do. But it can't get back like this.
Are you really prepared?
I can honestly say I'm not prepared. I heard, I don't know what rapper I heard. It might have been Killer Mike. I think that's a rapper name. But Killer Mike said, everybody want to have a gun, but how many of y'all know how to go hunt a chicken or kill a chicken or whatever? And ever since I heard that, I was like, I'm a little city boy here.
You ain't killing no chickens.
I hadn't killed no chicken yet. I might have killed them coming out that fryer. But I hadn't literally planted the seed, grow me a chicken and kill that chicken, pluck that chicken, drain that chicken, chop that chicken, all that good stuff. Hadn't planted nothing that I haven't had a chance to eat. Yeah. So I'm going to be looking forward to it. Sure. Camping 101.
Yes.
I got you.
It's going to be great.
We ain't telling you the location yet.
Register.
You gotta register.
Okay.
Gotta register.
We're gonna put the QR code or the number, the text on the screen and something, but register to get more details.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure you tell them exactly how to contact you
sure.
and where, and make sure you leave it on the screen for them.
Right.
Camping 101. So July 13th, Springs Boats and Floats.
Yes. It's summertime. So last year was a hot girl summer. This year is a soft girl summer, but it's still gonna be hot outside.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The temperatures, if y'all haven't realized what's going on with climate right now, everything from Miami to everywhere else dealing with the weather change is hot. So that's in the forefront. But once you are in and out there with people that are used to being in those elements, and I was able to experience it last summer, not many farmers, especially in Gainesville, especially urban farming or small size farming, grow in the summertime. Most time people plant cover crops and they're not outside. So for us to be outside in the elements and also with the people during the summertime, we acknowledge all of that. And it's a whole thing that is enjoyable. It feels ritualistic. It feels empowering. It feels like we're doing this as a community. And truth be told, the sun is our friend. The element of the sun and how it recharges our melanin is amazing. So to be out there as a community being recharged up in the summertime, mind you. So the student population is out here in Gainesville.
It look like you have a whole benefit on that sun.
Just the element of the sun, okay? The sun is healing. So we're going to cool down at the springs, though. If y'all not familiar with the springs or you don't spend a lot of time at the springs, consistent 72 degrees water, it's natural resource, it's vitamins and minerals alone. is beneficial to the skin. But we're going to take some canoes and some floats, and we're going to float down the springs and get some water in.
I've been kayaking one time.
You tried these things.
But I know I didn't turn over though.
Yeah.
I did turn over, so I'm ready to go back.
That's
so
good.
but the floats, don't please. When you sign up, you're gonna know what spring. Let's just say it's gonna be local.
Yeah, it will be.
It will be local.
Yeah.
Now I may be saying this right. I went to public school. No knock against Lotterville County school board system, but it says the foraging trail walk. When you said foraging, I was like
foraging.
Okay,
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, that's what I said. Foraging. That's why it's lying.
Agers, look. We slow strolling.
Slow over here. It's okay.
And again, it's multi-generational, so this will be a walk your grandma can take with us, okay? It is a slow scroll, but we're foraging. So if we're not familiar with the concept of foraging, it's really going out into the elements and finding things to eat. It's salad all around us. A lot of flowers and native plants are edible, and we can consume them. So when we go out on a trail, we've been out on trails and we find not hallucinogenics, but regular mushrooms, right? And you cook them, right? You cook them, you eat them as a meat substitute. So just going out into the elements, a trail of some sort, and figure out what is edible, how
what you can and cannot eat out.
Yeah. What's poisonous, what you want to stay away from, what you don't want to touch.
Right.
That's what we'll explore on the foraging trail.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Horseback riding, July 27th.
Yep. I just found out my sister, who's younger than me, she's 26. She rode horses and she sent us some pictures. She had never been horseback riding. That was her first time.
Well, most people take them on the vacation.
Yeah.
Where they say the horse are old, you can't be over 250 pounds. That's the one I did.
Okay.
Well, and I'm getting to the point that I can't get on them soon.
Look, here in Alachua, Ocala,
right.
One of the horse capitals of the world
right here.
Yeah, like in understanding cowboys and the history of cowboys, right?
Like that'll be shared, huh?
That will be shared. The history of the connection that we have with this creature,
right.
And we'll get an opportunity to ride horses.
Right.
I love riding horses.
And most importantly, the history behind the cowboys on how we got to that. That it ain't John Wayne like you think. I'll just leave it like that. I'm going to say that for this wonderful count they're putting together. Yeah. August 3rd, building garden beds.
Mm-hmm. So by the time you leave this program, you will know how to go home and build your own garden bed. So whether it's a small size grow bed, whether it's a larger size raised bed or a ground bed where you put your mounds up, or whether it's inside growing and some things you can grow in if you're inside or reuse materials. But by the end of the summer, you will know how to build your own garden bed. So that's the first opportunity we have to do it as a collective. And then you'll have the opportunity to learn.
Family, and you encourage your family to come with the child.
Do it together.
Yeah, together thing.
We love parents to join kids. If you need child care support on those Fridays, we have ways where we can support your kid. It takes a village in learning how to do this for the family.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah. August 10th, skate station.
Yeah.
What does skate station got to do with the garden now?
I know, right? We have fun. Farmers
gotta have some fun,
right? And at this point, we're also getting ready for school, or we're going back to school.
Yeah, it's back to school
right?
time. Yeah.
We understand that. Most summer programs you've done at this point, we're helping with that transition. So that Sunday before August 3rd, we're going to do school supplies for the people that are in our program. We'll provide you with school supplies, with other, things you may need for school, shoes, clothes, whoever we have in our program, what they need. We'll meet that need. But by August 10th, the skate station, you're transitioning back in school. Friday and Saturday, we covered agricultural related topics, growing topics, but that Sunday is to have a little fun, kind of wind the mind down and create balance.
Yeah, I remember they used to have agriculture in school way back in the day, a few decades ago.
Yeah.
So for you guys doing this here, it's an important skill.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of schools have gardens still. They just don't use them. They're overgrown or
they don't use them.
They have a teacher
because the curriculum is not a curriculum like it used to be.
Yeah.
If it was curriculum like right now, when you think of a garden, you're thinking, it's some exceptional student education program there. Or you're thinking that It's for the bad kids that just won't behave.
And they don't even have home ec no more. So, of course, a lot of other important topics are gone. But imagine your kid going back to school after the summer and saying, y'all got this whole greenhouse and I want to use it.
She's an activist. So what you just heard her say, that there's no home economics, there's no ag, you best to believe Slick Garden going to probably start bringing this stuff to you.
Right.
So your children can be exposed.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Putting our classroom back into the community.
Putting the classroom back into the community.
Do it no more.
Say it again.
We done waiting. Time is up. We've been doing it, but we doing it. Okay, no excuse.
I just hope that it becomes a trend that you guys want. Yeah. I know you guys have been working on it, and nice to see you. That I don't know if this was here last year.
Last year was the first year, so it was the rough draft.
that rough draft, but I'm like, whoa, this will be fun. This will be fun to do.
Yeah.
And the fishing trip, August 17th.
For sure. We have a recap video, too, from last year on YouTube. You can watch a couple glimpses of our group that we had together. Great.
Do they go to Slick Garden and find that?
So you can you can YouTube search Slick Garden, and you'll find Slick Garden's YouTube page. Plenty of amazing content.
Plenty of information.
Okay, but the fishing
She does that. If you're an entrepreneur and need to get your brand developed, that's what she do.
Work-life balance. If you tap into the fishing trip, it is led by the Black Hats Collective. Mr. Dale sponsors our fishing trip, and he's actually our educator in that space as far as gathering us, telling us where to go. Last year we went to Cedar Keys. This year it might be St. Augustine.
Okay.
But we're still
deep sea fishing y'all going. On the charter boat.
I don't know nothing about fish. I can't answer none of them questions. I don't know if it's deep sea, salt water, fresh water.
I got you. Well, when you mentioned Cedar Keys, that's access to the ocean now. I'm like, okay.
But we were on the pier. But this year the pier is
on the pier.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think we can go out on the pier. So I think that's why we're going to St. Augustine this time. But he leads the fishing trip. Give us one-on-one tips on how to fish. I always get out there and catch fish, okay? I don't know nothing about fishing, but they just be biting my hook.
Yeah, she know how to fish. She's from New Orleans.
It's natural. It's already
It's a natural thing. She know how to fish.
But yes, fishing.
Now I'm looking at this 3-day trip. An Atlanta farm tour, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 3-day trip.
Yeah.
A nice 5-hour fellowship drive.
Yes.
In the big city of Atlanta.
Exactly. We get a bus. Okay, it's a whole road trip. We make it a whole experience.
Oh man, that's wonderful.
It's really nice. Last year was really great. We had an Airbnb. We went intentionally to check out Habesha. And it's the organization in which our master farmer Otis is connected with, also doing great work. And
how you pronounce that again?
Habesha.
Habesha?
Yep.
Okay.
Not only in Atlanta, but also in Ghana. So that just a relationship in our international expansion past where we are now. But this trip to Atlanta allows us to combine everything that we've been doing, get out of our element, see something in a whole new city. And
the network.
Yeah, network with other farmers, other people. It's a whole thing. We hit the trail. We do.
Since you mentioned the networking, I noticed that I think once a month, that you guys do try to get the local farmers together to exchange blood and vibe.
Absolutely. Mama Ayoka, okay, out in Monty Oak area.
Out in Monty Oak.
Yep, and Mr. Nix, rancher. They have the North Central Black Farmers Association. So every first Sunday at the G-Tech building, and then sometimes we go to Monty Oak to reach the farmers there. But
This one to throw that out there for them.
Yep.
For them. And August 31st, unfortunately, you got to close the chapter.
Yeah.
But we're looking at June, July, and August. It's all fun-filled. Instead of wondering where your child is at on the weekend, having your child saying it's boring, I want to go outside, what to do,
right.
All of these things that we hear as parents. I'm ready to go back to school.
I ain't never heard that one, but
Yeah, but some of them say, I just want to go back to be with my friends.
I want them friends.
I'm going to let Erinisha leave you guys with how she can be contacted. I'm going to let her tell you what website you can visit. And she can elaborate more on as we close this out. It's on you, Princess.
Absolutely. So my name, and I don't know if I threw this out there in the beginning, is Erinisha Hamilton, for those who are not already connected. Originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I found home in Gainesville in 2017. Brought here by my mentor who did work in holistic wellness. And I started to learn more about how food affects our body and how it's important to understand what we're eating and where it comes from. So
I need some tips.
Some tips. I run a nutrition program in East Gainesville, okay? I'm out there teaching people about how cardiovascular is a thing. It's a killer, okay? We gotta make sure we're taking care of ourselves, our mind, body, and spirit, all right? But I've been an entrepreneur for 11 years now, and the work that I've done through Slick Collective and now Slick Garden, it all drives my passion and purpose to support people with understanding not only what work-life balance is, but what it's like to live a full, purposeful, happy lives. We don't have to be miserable. We don't have to be sad. We don't have to be suffering. But what we do need is people. We need community. As much as we find ourselves in our individual spaces, we need that in our 20s. But in our 30s and 40s, and as we get up there, we need to be connected with community.
Lifetime.
Yeah, it's an important thing. So this is another effort that we have, and we'll continue as the years go to continue to evolve and grow. This is our second one. The first one showed us what we needed to improve, and like our markets that we execute now on a regular basis, we did improvements. And we're happy to bring this to the community, and we're happy to see how other people are infected by it as well. So you can stay connected with myself, Slick Relax Fit. Slick is spelled with 2 I's. SLIICK. Relax like you relaxing. And fit like the outfit. Okay. SlickRelaxFit.com is the website. You can email me at slickgarden. Slick, same way, SLIICK, garden like the garden you grow in. That's the 501c3 nonprofit. Slickgarden@gmail.com is the way you can email me. And I'll make sure to put the phone number for the business on the screen. And you can text Summer to
Call
that phone
that number.
Okay.
Can you text that number too?
Yes.
Text
that number all day long. If you call it, you might get the voicemail, but leave a voicemail. We do check it. It is the business line. Okay.
And don't be, if one of those that do try to call, don't be looking at no. You know what I'm saying? This text. No, none of this text.
Nothing extra, because honestly, you might not get me, okay? You might not get me. A whole part of this, which I love, is creating green jobs, right? Creating jobs, period. And a lot of jobs we have for youth, right? Youth, we're looking at 17 through 28 when we say that as far as the nonprofit is concerned, but we're creating job opportunities for them. And some of them are in admin. So sometimes it's not me, this is a business phone number. Sometimes it's not me that you're getting a youth member that's going through training, or you getting somebody that's on staff, because we almost there, okay? But to speak to one of your points when we first started, and I just want to highlight this before we close out. Fridays, when we go out and we do our farm exchanges, we want to connect with people that are in the community, that are already growing. Gainesville have a lot of community gardens that already exist, or we have a lot of people that are growing food in their house or around their house. So when we're doing now,
vegetables.
Yeah, exchanging vegetables, but we also need to exchange work. If we have a group of young people that's willing to come out to one person's location and help them get a project done, it'll push that garden to the next level so they can at least get to food to be able to exchange.
Well, hopefully other communities that have a garden, especially those that are on the east side, that you guys can hopefully do a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
And expand the idea of having a fresh market.
Right.
When I first met you, this activist
still doing that.
was talking about a whole fresh market, saying like Gainesville has them, but I guess you got to go into a certain corridor to reach them. And she's like, hey, if enough of us come together that's growing, it's a possibility to make that fresh market happen. Yeah. Well, we know the cucumber won't be like this. It'll be regular.
Unless you're doing something in your soil.
Tomato won't be like this. It'll be a regular. So things are. I noticed that from traveling abroad a little bit as well, how different that fruit is.
Yeah.
How the pineapple is different, bananas are different. Just everything. It's like I thought we was the richest country in the world, but I see they cutting corners to get rich.
Yeah. And that's like right now our travel trip is to Atlanta, which we love. We got great relationships there. But as we explore our spaces just outside of Gainesville, we're gonna get even bigger than that. Food Hub, community-led Food Hub is still a concept that we're working through. I just left a meeting for that. But then going international and really go and see, you know, on the continent, what does it look like? What is that experience growing food there and being able to come back home and share our stories and our experiences?
Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. I hope this be bless the whole world where you guys program this multiply. That's what I see, a multiplication opportunity. That's right. Yeah, I really see it. As they say, I anoint you.
Right. See.
Yes, I hope it really goes well for you. But for it to be the second year, and when I read through my email, I'm so used to this. Then I read it out. I was like, wow, they doing all that for the summer.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish I was a kid.
You can do it too.
But I can do it too. Yeah, bring out your inner child. But it is something that is just like you say. We never know how the world will become. So it's like, okay, I do have a small backyard, but. You know, telling what all Master Farmer Otis can do by looking and say, okay, I can put blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Save some coins with a little bit of getting up early in the morning, give the garden a little tender love.
Exactly.
That's all you want, a little tender love. Yeah. But thank you so much, Erinisha.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And please, 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 please. It's called Summer Something.
Summer.
Is the name of the program by Slick Garden, and y'all please host out. And any other communities want to get involved, hey, let's just all copycat each other and work together. Is the whole thing, have a collaborative effort so we can grow quality food and support a side of town that lacks a grocery store.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. And it's been lacking a grocery store for a long time. So I see an effort being done. Thank you very, very much, Master Farmer Otis, wherever you at out there. But until we see you again, until we have our Grace come through and share with next year what she do in between times, we're out. Simon P. Peace.